and succeed.
Adeo Ressi has always stood apart from the crowd, searching for his own way of doing things better than they've ever been done before. Sitting on the board of X Prize, Adeo, with the help of a few maverick thinkers, pursues his passion of changing the world so that we can all live better lives. You're very nonconformist, if not in general, but certainly in the way your formative years came out.
It's not that I'm nonconformist, I just don't necessarily agree with the educational principles that we train our young people with. You don't necessarily need to learn the way things were done before you to come up with new ways, and that's a huge problem. In fact, that ties to a lot of my concerns with the X Prize today. The X Prize is a foundation that I'm on the board of, and its purpose is to create prizes that inspire humanity to solve grand challenges.
Is profit the only effective motivator?
Most of the people who compete for the prize spend 2 or more times the prize amount to actually win the prize purse. So if the prize purse is $10 million, Paul Allen spent $25 million on building Spaceship One and the carrier plane White Knight. The prize itself, the $10 million awarded to Paul Allen, was actually then gifted in a bonus to the team that did the work. So prizing and profit are not the motivator. I think the concept is the motivator. The prize provides a framework, and sometimes it can even backfire.
Now, what other areas of advancement can be affected by the X Prize model?
Food, for me, is one area that almost everyone takes for granted, but certain aspects of it are overlooked and will be critical for things like space exploration, future health, etc. We really don't understand how our bodies and food interact. The simplest example is where they realize now that you can take a piece of your intestine out and stop diabetes. I mean, we just don't know how our intestinal tract, the foods that we eat, interact, lead to longevity of life, lead to mental acuity, etc. It's just unknown. We've made no advances in food production in a radical way in thousands of years. And so I think there's a lot of area with synthetic food production that, if we could master, would allow us to live a much more harmonious life on this planet. There's definitely a prize in there. Another area that I'm very interested in is material sciences. I'll give you a simple example. Imagine a material you could fashion with your hand, turn as hard as steel, and then recycle. I mean, we can dream up things that should and can be done, and if they are done, may change the way we live forever. But the truth is that it's material sciences today is a very hobbyist industry. It's not with great thinkers who are really making interesting stuff, but there's no end goal, right? Like, you know, not some of it's being turned into building materials, but not really. We're not inspiring the mavericks of material sciences to build the building materials of the future. So I think there's an area for a prize there. And all in all, I think there's a lot of areas where you can take a prize and take a group of really smart people and have them attack a problem that's not well understood. We keep solving the wrong problems. We build clean cars, but we live 30, 40 miles from where we work. So we need the cars in the first place. And then the cars, you know, cleaner and cleaner cars still wind up in landfills. You know, you can't make a clean landfill. So, I mean, I just don't see how, you know, building a cleaner car or making biodiesel or quite frankly, even solar power, to me, is kind of senseless, because we're not solving fundamental problems. We live wrong. Our urban planning's bad. We consume too much. The way we consume is stupid or senseless. wasteful, inappropriate. Why do we need to travel everywhere? Why do we need cars? Why are we eating, crazy foods from South America that get flown halfway around the world and cooked in a grill? I mean, all these things to me really don't make sense. And by the way, is that even good for me? Right? Is the tilapia I have flown from South America to, San Francisco making me more mentally acute? Probably not. So I believe in solving primary challenges. Unfortunately, I go back to you need radical mavericks, you need commercial entrepreneurs working towards some of the fundamental problems before you can really solve those primary issues. So let me give you for example. Without the right material sciences, you can't build a city of the future. Without rethinking how the food chain and even simple transportation concepts, which these are all potential commercial applications, you can't build the city of the future. So I'm doing them in order. Inspire the radical mavericks, fix the commercial financing, build a sustainable way of living in the future.